So a few weeks ago, there was a brand new release that was announced by Rabanne. It was INVICTUS Parfum. And I decided, because I wasn't a huge fan of the rest of the line, that I wasn't going to pick it up immediately, but thankfully, to one of my moderators, Newt, he sent me a decant of it, so I did my first impression about 10 days ago. I told you guys my thoughts on it. If you want to go check that out, I'll put it up there. With that said, today, after 4 wears, I'm going to tell you guys all the accoutrement when it comes to the fragrances, how it wore, if I like it, if it's worth it, what my rating is, how it performs, all that good stuff. So today we're going to be doing my full review of Rabanne's, or Rabanne's, it's now Rabanne, INVICTUS Parfum. So without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka FragranceDoud. Thank you guys so much for joining me for yet another full review of a brand new release that just came out here last month in 2024. Before we get into it, if you like my content, as always, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're not already. Everybody else, hit that like, put me on the algorithm, help out your boy. It only takes a second. And then comment below. Let me know if you like this fragrance, if you've worn it, if you've bought it, if you want to buy it, if you just want to say hi. So with that said, we're going to get straight into this, starting just talking about the line real quick. So the reason I didn't pick up a bottle, even though this bottle looks really pretty sick, the original Invictus, I owned a bottle, went through it, didn't buy it again. Same with the Invictus Legend. Invictus Victory and Victory Elixir, I like them, not enough to own the bottle anymore, so I sold them to one of my subscribers. And then Invictus Aqua, I didn't try the 2016 version. 2018 didn't really do anything for me. I know a lot of people like it. It's just the Hawass was better for me. The rest of the line, it just kind of was average. Never really did anything for me. So going into this, I wasn't really expecting too much, which is why I didn't buy a bottle. But again, thank you to Newt for sending me this decant, which I have now worn through 4 times. So again, thank you to him. Before we get actually into the video, I'm going to give you the note breakdown. But first, we're going to be doing my full review of Rabanne's INVICTUS Parfum, which again, it's Rabanne now because Rabanne's dead, but it's Rabanne. With that said, I'm going to give you the note breakdown so you guys can follow along with me. The top notes are marine notes, lavender and pink pepper. The mid notes are soap, violet leaf, and myrtle. And the base notes are cashmere, musk, and sandalwood. Let me spray it on my hands so I can get myself a little bit of a reminder here. I could literally sum up this entire fucking video in like 3 words. And that is, it's freaking redundant. I mean, I had to add a middle word in there because I was going to say it's redundant. Really, what it smells like is a mashup of INVICTUS Legend, and INVICTUS Aqua, all mashed up together with a bunch of soap on top of it. It smells good. It's that bubble gum marine fragrance that you get from the Invictus DNA, but closer to the Invictus Legend, which was kind of more modern and smoothened out a bit, and had a bit more woodiness to it. And then you just add a little bit of a touch of that watery aquatic that you get from INVICTUS Aqua. Take those all, smash it together, and then add a nice warm soap on top. It's musky, it's fruity. It also has, again, this kind of like bubble gum texture to it, which a lot of people always say, why are you calling it bubble gum? It doesn't smell like Bubblicious. Because I'm not talking about that. It's actually a term that's used in the fragrance community. Bubblegum fragrances are just describing kind of like youthful, sweeter fragrances. And that's what this is. It's a youthful, sweeter marine fragrance that has a nice woodiness in the base. When it first opens up, you don't get as much soap as you get when you get further into the fragrance. You more get some of that bubblegum sweetness, a little bit of this like kind of citrusy tone, but there's no mistaking it. It is INVICTUS. It's redundant to all of them, But I do have to say, it's not the best Invictus ever released, but of all the active ones right now, I would say that it's probably the best of both worlds. So if you don't own any Invictus, but you've always wanted to pick one up, this would probably be the one to pick up, because not only does it last the longest, it's about 10 hours while projecting just about moderate. It's a softer fragrance for sure. It doesn't like push out heavy, but it does stick on your skin as a skin scent for about 10 hours. So we also have to get to the performance. So the performance of this, like I said, it's moderate across the board. It does start out pretty strong for the first like hour to hour and a half. It's pushing above average off your skin. It's nothing like crazy. I heard some people say that it was like elixir status for them, and I've heard some people say they couldn't smell it after 45 minutes. I don't know what you guys are getting. For me, it pushes above average for about an hour and a half, and then it sits very close to the skin between intimate and moderate for the next like 2 hours, and then it is a total intimate skin scent after that. And then it lasts about, and I can still smell it on my skin. It's just, if you try to go get someone to smell you, they would have to legit throw their nose into your skin to smell it. As far as the sillage, again, just like the projection, it's about 2 hours, 2 feet behind you. For the first hour, maybe it's about 3 to 4 feet, but it's about 2 feet up until about 4 hours. I won't buy a bottle. Even though I like the fragrance, I'm not going to buy a bottle. And I don't think you should spend the $140 price tag or whatever it is on Paco Rabanne's website. I do want to say, though, they do have a nice thing going on that if you are interested in the bottle, but you're not 100% sure, you can buy the bottle from Paco Rabanne's website, and they'll send you a decant of it with the bottle so that you can try out the decant. If you don't like the decant, you can ship the bottle right back to them. No fee, no charge, and they give you a return label. I mean, that's pretty cool, but at the same time, in about 2 months, Invictus Parfum will be on discounters. It will be for about 60 to 70 bucks. And at that point in time, will I buy it? Probably. I mean, I honestly don't know, because there's so many other fragrances that smell in this genre that I actually kind of like better. But it's still a good fragrance. It's definitely, don't get me wrong, I would probably rate it like a 7.5. It's an average Invictus fragrance, just a soapy take on a mashup of all of them. Again, it has a little bit of that aquatics from Aqua. It has that bubblegum sweet nature from the original. It has a little bit of that modern woodiness that you get in the Legend. Throw those all together, mash them up in a bowl, and then add a bunch of soap. That's what the fragrance smells like, with, again, a more woody, musky dry down. But I'm not going to keep you guys here anymore. We finally hit that 8-minute mark, which, again, YouTube makes me do. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Remember to hit that like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts on this fragrance are. If they align with mine, if you think I'm completely nuts, just let me know. So, again, I'll be back with another one. Peace out.